We are looking at Natalie's freestyle above the water, commentary by Coach Chris. I'm going to let this run once in real time so I can see how she's swimming. Not bad. I really like the work Natalie's been putting in. I really like the stroke she's developing. Now, there's a few things I'm noticing. One, she's trying to swim with a very straight arm freestyle, which actually is pretty effective. The straight arm freestyle is traditionally taught and used for the more sprint events. So it's very popular in the 50 free, very popular in the 100 free. You don't see it as much in the 200 free, and you don't see it hardly at all in the 500 free, at the very high end of the sport. So one thing that I want Natalie to understand is I like the straight arm free, and it's okay to have a mostly straight arm, but the further the distance, the longer the swim, the more she needs to relax the arm and let the elbow bend a little bit on the recovery. Okay, don't force the arm to be straight, otherwise you're going to get tired. Now, one thing that's very common at this age is if you look at her elbow, it's bent coming out of the water. She's not really finishing the stroke, and we'll see this better underwater. But it's the first thing that stands out to me. She needs to push all the way through towards her knee. Now remember, when we're pulling water, the power of the pull is pushing the water down by our thighs, from our waist to our thigh. That's the power zone. That's where we're strongest. That's where we get the most acceleration. That's where we get most forward propulsion. So if we pull out our hand here like she's doing and lift at the hip, she's not getting all the energy she could out of her pull. In fact, she's losing the fastest part of the pull. Now she has a good straight arm, but one of the things, and she's reaching really well over the water, but her recovery is a little low. It's what I usually call the butterfly style recovery with the straight arm. And the reason I don't like this, and we'll explain how to fix it, is because that low recovery with the straight arm does the opposite of what straight arm is intended to do. The reason you do straight arm free is to get up higher in the water. But the only way for it to lift you up is for it to come higher over the top of your body. So one thing you look for to see if a swimmer is doing that is whether or not their hand is circling around as opposed to coming up and over. Okay? And a big cue to that is the armpit. When she recovers, is she getting far enough on her side? Is the arm coming high enough over that the armpit is leaving the water and opening up to the ceiling? And here you can see staying pretty low. And her hand, you can watch it travel around instead of up. Now, one of the things that's happening, if you watch, her hand's coming out, her thumb is down in this frame. And this is why she's not getting up and over and getting onto her side. Because she's swimming the freestyle with the same hand position you want in butterfly. On butterfly, we sweep the surface, and we do that by pushing through the back of our stroke and orienting our thumb down towards the water, just like she's doing here. But if she keeps this orientation, her hand's going to travel just like it would in fly, which is flat to the water. Now, if she wants to fix this, as she pushes through this phase, once her hand comes out and starts rising, she needs to turn the palm down to the surface of the water. Rotate the hand so the palm goes down instead of the thumb down, and then she'll be able to bring the arm up much, much higher over the water. So again, we'll watch on this side. Right about here, she should have rotated the palm down and started bringing the arm over. And you can see, this is what I'm talking about. At this phase, her armpit's back in the water. So it's staying way too low. It should still be up in the air. That's kind of what we look for on these straight arm frees. And again, what it does is it just eliminates the best part of the straight arm free, the high body position. And the other thing it does is it's just like butterfly. It's going to put a tremendous strain on the arms and shoulder. Okay, bent elbow's good, but it's better to have a high recovery. Straight arm, it's even more important to have a high recovery. Come over the top of your body instead of around the side of your body. Because if you do that, you're going to have a much easier time supporting the weight of the arm on the recovery. This is going to be a tiring stroke, mainly because her arms are sweeping around the sides. Now her breath is nice and low, but one other thing that stood out, she has a lift of the head. You can see it right here, going into the breath. So she's got her neutral head position, which I like. Then she looks up, which I don't like. And then she looks to the side, which I like. We need to get rid of this middle head position. There should be no lift of the head. She shouldn't be looking forward. She should go just straight from this head position in the water to this one. She go there to there. Okay, now she's going here, here, here. Too many head positions on that breath. And that lift is actually going to drop her hips down. And it's just going to make her do more work for less speed. Solid turn, pushing off on her back. That's important. She's keeping it real simple. Good rotation, nice dolphin kicks, keeping the head up. But we'll take a closer look at that under the water. But again, we can see it in this breath too. There's that third head position right there, where she lifts the head up and then turns. Don't lift the head to turn the head. Just turn the head to the side and look at the rope. So a little extra motion on the breath that we can get rid of. So a few things to think about. Longer races, relax your arms, get a little more bent elbow. Sprints, let the arms stay straighter. On the straight arm, even the bent arm, whatever stroke style, make sure that you're finishing through the back of the stroke. Rotate the palm towards the pool surface, the water, and then lift the arm so that you can get the arm nice and high. Because remember, your goal is to recover over the top of you, not around your side. Turn looks pretty solid, and we'll talk about that when we look underwater.